My name is Jerry Bornstein. I'm the Deputy Chief Librarian. I've been at Baruch College Library for 13 years. I was here when the library opened. In fact, I was at the reference desk the morning the library opened to the public for the first time. And I remember the first student who came through the turnstile. It was a young man who walked across the lobby of the atrium of the library. He looked up at the cherrywood paneling. He did a 360-degree turn, and he said, "Is this Baruch College?" And it was just a wonderful testimony to how different this library is from the library that we used to have across the street in the building that was subsequently ripped down. Another occasion, I was working at the reference desk, and a student came up to the desk and asked for assistance in finding his accounting textbook on reserve. And I asked him what course he was taking, and he didn't remember. I needed to be able to look in the computer to find the book for his course. I asked him what was his professor's name. He didn't remember. I asked him for the course number. He didn't remember. I asked him for the title of the book. He didn't remember. I asked him for the author of the book. He couldn't remember. And I told him, well, what do you know about the book so I could help try to find it? And he said, it has a green cover. So I told him that wouldn't work, and he said, no, it has a green cover. So I did a search. I did keyword equals green cover, and of course we didn't get anything. So he came back about 10 or 15 minutes later, and he just found a classmate who remembered the author of the book, he told me. And I said, well, that's great. I'll be able to find it. I said, what's the name of the author? And he said, McGraw-Hill, which is actually not an author, but a publisher. And I told him that was the publisher, not the author. And he said, no, I remember now because she told me that. So I did a keyword search for McGraw-Hill and found 6,000 books, all books that were published by McGraw-Hill. What we eventually did, and this is kind of evidence of the way the staff at the library wants to help students, the woman who runs the reserve desk agreed to let him come behind the counter and walk through the aisle until he recognized the book. So he was able to borrow the book. So the story had a happy ending, even though this guy was going to school and didn't know anything about the course he was taking. On another occasion, I was at the reference desk, and a young man came up and said he needed assistance to find information about unemployment in the elderly. We're trained as reference librarians to ask questions so we can understand exactly what the patron wants so we can help them get the information they need. So I asked him, what did he mean by elderly? Since to me, elderly means retired people, senior citizens who are not really unemployed, they're beyond employment. And he said, he thought for a minute and he said, people over 30. And I told him I had just celebrated my 50th birthday and I wasn't feeling very happy right now in our conversation. I can't remember how we resolved that reference interaction, but it was a strange one. I love this job because helping students learn how to find information, to evaluate information, and to use information is important not only to help them succeed in school and to help them prepare for their future careers, but it's also important for society. The whole concept of a democratic society is based on the idea of an informed citizenry, the idea that informed citizens can make the decisions that affect their lives and determine the direction of society. Without an informed citizenry, we would be subject to manipulation by demagogues and lying politicians. So when I come to work and work in the library with students, we're actually doing things here to help make society a better place. And it isn't every day that you get paid to come to work every day and help make the world a better place. Okay.